Peace, everyone. Mother of Justice here. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a long time. But, okay, I know it's February, but I'm still going to say Happy New Year, everyone. Today, I want to just talk to you all about some ways that you can make some extra money. Depending on where you are in your life, what phase of life you are in, you know, this one method, it may be good, may be convenient, or maybe not. There's a reason why I'm doing this video. So, mystery shopping. Most people have heard about mystery shopping. I know you've heard about mystery shopping. Some people has probably come across things that you feel like are gimmicks or scams and stuff like that. But let me tell you that mystery shopping, it's real, okay? I've been mystery shopping on and off again for about 10 years now. And, you know, it's been a time for me to just, you know, find ways to supplement my income. I haven't done as much mystery shopping recently, or in these maybe the last 4 or 5 years. I haven't done it as much. I've done it, but not as much, mainly just being a mom. When my guys were younger, and not as mobile, moving around and stuff like that, then it was a lot easier for me to do mystery shopping because they would be in their stroller, and you know, I can just go on and do what I'm doing while they are resting or whatever. So mystery shopping, what is it? Mystery shopping, most companies, a lot of companies, especially large companies, they hire independent contractors, or a company. They hire another company, and that other company hires people to be independent contractors to basically go into the store and pretend to be a customer. Sometimes you will be a customer. Sometimes you actually have to purchase things. Sometimes not. Sometimes you may just have to go somewhere and pretend that you're interested in purchasing. So if you have an interest in acting, there's some acting involved in mystery shopping. Mystery shopping also goes by market research. So let me tell you, since I have not worked full time over the past 4 years, I surely have added market research to my resume. Because that's exactly what it is. So I remember when I worked in retail many years ago, I remember them talking about mystery shoppers, or you getting shopped. And I believe I was shopped a few times. Excuse me. And basically that is somebody, you have a customer coming in, they are observing you, they are observing your appearance, your name, your attitude, excuse me, the level of service they receive, accuracy. They are observing a lot of different things. So that's why it's important, like if you're on your job, or I was gonna say if you work a job that is likely to be shopped, but I'm gonna scratch that, because I have been finding that more and more companies they're using mystery shoppers to improve their businesses. So yeah, you have to be on point. Like, so if you do work a job, whatever job you're working, and if you're dealing with the public, be on point at all times, because you never know, you know, when you may be shopped. And those things can affect raises, promotions, whether or not you get to keep your job. So be on point. But not only that, I have also found that, okay, so when I first started mystery shopping, I would mostly shop stores, banks. I won't name any names because it's due to confidentiality, and that's one thing that you have to be cognizant of, just aware of if you decide to mystery shop. You have to be aware, because you have to maintain confidentiality. So you cannot tell people like the places that you are shopping, the names, the actual companies that are using you as a mystery shopper. So anyhow, so it would be stores, it would be rest stops, it would be banks, restaurants. That's when I first got started. I feel like, yes, that's when I first got started, and that was in it was like 11 years ago, 12 years ago. It was before 10 years ago. More recently, I would do shops for amusement parks, bowling, skating, museums. Museums are using mystery shoppers. What else? Department stores. If you're into sightseeing, you may be able to sightsee and get paid to do so. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's really getting busy out there. So mystery shoppers, so companies are now hiring people to mystery shop for cruise lines, airports. So if you are someone who travels a lot, then while you're waiting for a connecting flight or just simply waiting for your flight, a lot of times companies that are located within the terminals use mystery shoppers. What else? Oh my gosh. The oddest one that I've ever seen, or not odd, but it was interesting. So gas stations, that's one, but the two oddest one, or I was surprised, was strip clubs. Yes, adult entertainment. Some clubs are paying you to mystery shop. Let me tell you what the compensation is, okay? So a lot of companies, they will, most companies, you have to pay. So you pay out of pocket first, and then you are reimbursed. And sometimes it may just be reimbursement. Other times you may also receive a stipend or compensation along with reimbursement. So you have to hold on to receipts and stuff like that. But when I saw the one for the strip club, I think they call it Gentlemen's Club or something like that, that just blew my mind. I just didn't think. Another one was casinos. Casinos, where they're giving you like drink credits, or they're reimbursing you for drinks a certain amount. But like I said, even with the Gentlemen's Club, they will reimburse for a certain amount of drinks. Those two probably blew my mind, and the cruise line also blew my mind. But yes, sometimes hotels, it can be really, really fun. It can be very lucrative. There are people who make a lot of money doing it, and that's how they make their living. So that's not how I'm making my living. That's not how I'm making my living. But that is for many reasons. Yeah, that's for many reasons. But you can. So I have decided recently that I'm just not going to do it anymore, or not for a really long time, maybe. I'm not as interested. I kind of lost my mojo for it, but it really happened like after having children. And then my focus just kind of shifted. But there are like children's clothing stores, and the amusement ones, there are so many different companies that use market researchers or mystery shoppers for amusement. So you can do it when you have children. It's just a little bit more difficult. So here's some tips I'm going to offer when it comes down to mystery shopping. You know what, before I get to the tips, I'm going to just mention some skills or highlights, like things that you might want to look into. I guess it's still tips. So number one, you have to be detailed. You have to pay attention to details. So you may do a mystery shop and it may ask you for the person's name, about height, about size, maybe hair color, what they were wearing. They may ask you about a sign that was there. They may ask you how many customers were in the store, or whatever the facility is. They may ask you if anyone was on the phone. And you might think that all of these details are easy to remember. They may be pretty easy to remember, but sometimes it just goes by so quickly that you may miss certain details. So one thing I started doing was I invested in glasses, or like a body cam. So some of them are eyeglasses or sunglasses. The eyeglasses, you know, if you invest in a really, really good one, then perhaps that does well. But it just got confusing for me trying to figure out when it's on, when it's not on, when it's recording, when it's not recording. Am I taking a still? Am I taking a folded? Press this button, blah, blah, blah. But it does come in handy, because you get to, when you get back home or wherever you're going to do your report, then you get to see it. It's like you relive it again, and you just basically write down what you see. But if you're not going to use that, so then they also have different types of hidden cameras, ones that look like buttons, one that looks like keys, some that look like all different types of things. But you also have your cell phone. So sometimes I may not be using a camera, or if you have a pocket up top, maybe you can strategically place your cell phone somewhere where you can take, you know, video. But I have used the voice recorder, and sometimes if I'm in a store, I may, you know, make certain notes on the recorder. Like once I get in the store, I might describe who I see. Once I know their name, I might say it, you know, walk to the side or say it, or go to the bathroom or say it, go in the fitting room and say it, or sometimes I used to pretend like I was making a phone call, and I would hold my phone up to, you know, up to my head and just speak into my voice recorder. So there's a lot of ways that you can do it, but you want to make sure that you are a person that pays attention to detail, because sometimes you can submit a report or do an assignment and you may not get paid if you don't have enough details. The second tip I'm going to say is be honest, tell the truth, okay? Because a lot of places have cameras, and they will go back and review those cameras. And if you're not telling the truth, then number one, you mess up your credibility as an independent contractor. And number two, you know, they may not accept assignments for you, or they may not give you assignments anymore. They may not accept you as a contractor. So, okay, we got details. Brush up on your writing skills. And okay, so before brush up on your writing skills, read the instructions very, very carefully, because the instructions, the shop assignment instructions, they will tell you exactly what they are looking for. Please pay attention to the instructions and follow the instructions. Sometimes in the instructions, or if the company has like a manual, like for when I first started doing apartment mystery shops, like apartment homes, some of the companies have a manual where they have writing samples in there, and you kind of follow that outline, you know. So read the instructions and follow the instructions. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, I would say communication is key. So when you sign up for an assignment, make sure that you can do it. If you can't perform the assignment, then communicate as soon as possible. Or even when you're signing up for an assignment, give a couple of days option, because you don't want to flake out on an assignment. There's been a couple of times where I did flake out. And while they were used to me performing pretty well, you know, you don't want to ruin your reputation. So I've never been kicked off an assignment or anything like that, but I'm sorry, it's getting darker, so the video is also getting darker. But you don't want to ruin you are you, okay? So you are a representative for your name, and you want to make sure that you are representing yourself well, and if it's something that you really consider doing, you want to make sure that you maintain a good reputation in the business, because it is a business, and you can make it your business. You are an independent contractor, and so, you know, it's definitely a way to make money. I do have some other tips. If you are interested in hearing more tips, please let me know, comment, ask questions, and I will answer questions to the best of my ability. But I'm gonna move on a little bit because I gotta go get my little ones soon. So why I stopped doing mystery shopping, why I decided to. Okay, let's go into the pros and the cons first. The pros are that, hold on, one more tip. One more tip. If you can, have a credit card that you use only for mystery shops. Have a credit card that you use only for mystery shops. Here's why. Number one, you know that you're going to be reimbursed. Okay, if it's an assignment where you have to buy something, as long as you do that assignment the way that you're supposed to, you're going to be reimbursed. So it's a good way to help with your credit score and help with your credit rating, because you'll be having regular transactions, but you also know that you're going to get the money back, and you usually get the money back within the month's time. So sometimes it will be reimbursement only. Other times it may be reimbursement plus a stipend, or some type of compensation outside of reimbursement, in addition to reimbursement. So that is a very valuable tip, because sometimes you may not do a shop because you don't have the money to do the daggone shop. So pros and cons. Pros of doing the shop is that you have a flexible schedule. You can decide what days you want to do it. If you don't want to do a shop, you don't have to do a shop. You will receive emails. You can also go onto the websites and look for jobs on the different job boards. So you have control over your schedule to a large degree. However, you have to go according to the shop guidelines. So if the shop says it can only be done on Wednesdays between the hours of 12 and 4, then that's when you better make sure you're in there to do that shop. But you get to decide whether or not you want to do that shop or not. Once you sign up for it, you just try to make the commitment, make the commitment to get it done. If you cannot, then it is what it is, and you communicate that to the scheduler and so forth. So you have a very, very flexible schedule. Number 2 pro would be that you get to experience, number 1, you're acting. Like some people are into role playing, hey. So you are doing a lot of role playing. The third one, you get to experience a lot of different things, maybe things you never thought about doing before, going certain places that you never thought about going before, but you getting to go and experience it. So you're trying it out essentially for free. Number 4 is that even things that you do on a regular basis, oil changes, checking your brakes, grocery shopping, eating out on a restaurant, on a date, okay, taking a date, whatever, you can incorporate it into your life, and you can really make it work for you. Okay, cons. There's probably more pros, but I'm just gonna stop right there. Cons of mystery shopping. Okay, sometimes you might have to wait a month before you get your money. And that can be a little annoying sometimes, but it shouldn't be, because if you know it up front, then that's what it is, and you've already accepted that's what it is by applying for the assignment. So it can take a while to get your money. Another con is that sometimes it's just not enough daggone money. Like, I have done shops from $2. Don't ask me why I took a shop for $2. No, it wasn't $2, it was $4. But it was a phone shop, and I was able to make that phone call, and from my home or wherever I was, I didn't have to go anywhere and make that phone call and make that $4. It took me maybe 5 minutes, okay? And then record the conversation, like document the conversation. So it can be anywhere from, let's say, $2 to $4 up to, I've seen shops for $180. I've seen shops where you are reimbursed up to $300. I think that was like the casino and the gentleman's club. Okay. I haven't done those. The most I've made on the shop, it might have been like $60. those were some apartment shops. That was the most sold per shop. So $60 for a shop is pretty good. The only thing with the apartment shops, or with some shops, not just the apartment shops, the only thing is getting darker and darker, y'all. Okay, let me bring this closer. Hey, son. Sorry, I'm talking to the sun back there. Okay. The only thing, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. La 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 la. Sometimes the reports are long. They're very long. So if you type fast, then no problem. Okay. You can listen to your recording and just type exactly what's going on. And some mystery shops, like especially if it's a phone shop, or if it's a shop where you have to call first and then go to a place, a lot of times the phone call part will be recorded, so you don't even have to record it and it'll already be in your shop report. So that's a convenience, but sometimes the reports are really, really long and time consuming. So if you are a slow typer, that can be kind of frustrating and annoying. But nowadays they have all of these text to type technology. There's ways that you can get around it, but it just depends on what your comfort level is. So it can be a con. And sometimes, like, so let's say I did a shop that's going to pay me $20 or $15. Okay. So let's say I'm driving someplace to do this shop. I'm driving someplace. I have to meet with somebody, go through the interaction, drive back home, and then document. And it might take you an hour to an hour and a half. If you can get all of that done in an hour, then you just made $20 an hour. Cool beans. If it takes you longer than an hour, then after a while you are feeling like, what's the point? There have been times where, let's say, phone shops, okay? Or sometimes if you get a targeted shop. A targeted shop is when you are targeting a specific person. And you have to keep calling back or keep going to the location until you get that person. Those are annoying as hell to me. Okay, they used to frustrate me because you have no control over when the person is coming back, whether or not they're going to be there. There have been times when I've had to call over and over and over and over again, or there was one time when I called the location. I was doing a phone shop and they weren't answering the phone, and I'm calling like 3 and 4 times a day. I did it for about 5 days straight, called 3 times a day. Now the shop was only paying $7. I don't mind doing a $7 phone shop if I can get get it done in one day. But if it's taking me 3 days and I gotta keep calling and calling, I'm not doing that. Like, my time is worth more than that. So it can get kind of frustrating to me at times. But it can be a great way to make some extra income. Some people find ways to live off of it, especially if you're doing shops for things that you already do. Look, I gotta go, y'all. Sorry, I know this was really abrupt, but I gotta go get my babies. But if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please comment below, like the video, share the video. Also, I will leave the link. I'll just tell you, there's one company out there that can sign you up with a lot of different companies where you can find a lot of different assignments based on distance, how much they pay, different things. So check out jobslinger.com. www. Was that 3 W's? You know what it's supposed to be. Job, J-O-B, Slinger, S-L-I-N-G-E-R, jobslinger.com. I'll put the link. That is one of the websites that you can go to, and it has a whole bunch of different companies. You can choose by pay, location, all that. It's getting dark. I gotta go get my babies. But thank you for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share. Peace, y'all. If you have any questions, leave a message and I'll get back. This ain't no voicemail. And leave a message though. Leave a comment and I'll answer to the best of my ability. Peace, love, and light.